Yes. There is a new form of phishing out there. You have to be careful to watch for this new form of phishing because it's new, it's tough to identify, and it works well. My name is Anthony Germanos. I'll be the presenter today, and I'm presenting Watch Out for Callback Phishing. This is episode 185 of the Cyber Safety Net Stay Safe Online series. I have the camera off on purpose because I have a lot of reading to do during this presentation, but it's still kind of short. When I say the word phishing, three things come to mind. One is dropping a hook in the water and pulling out a fish. Number two is phishing that involves technology, where the bad guys send you an email with a link, you click the link, then you end up downloading some software onto your computer. Or number three is callback phishing, which I'm discussing today, which involves the hacker sending you email with a phone number, and you call a phone number. And as soon as you call that number, you kind of fall into their trap. We call this callback phishing. I mentioned the word fish a few times, so let me grab some verbiage from dictionary.com. According to dictionary.com, to fish is to try to obtain financial or other confidential information from internet users, typically by sending an email that looks as if it is from a legitimate organization, usually a financial institution, but contains a link to a fake website that replicates the real one. And I'm sure you've seen examples. Click here to keep your PayPal account alive, but when you hover over that link, it's not PayPal, it's somewhere else. It's somebody who's trying to get your PayPal username and password. Back in episode 102, I introduced the CIA triad, or the confidentiality, integrity, availability triad. Since we're talking about phishing again, we're in the confidentiality domain again. And I have two examples for you. Here's the first example of callback phishing. It's an email that claims to be from PayPal. And as you go through all this small text, you'll see down at the bottom, you have 48 hours from the transaction date to file a dispute with the resolution center. And of course, center is spelled C-E-N-T-R-E, like they do in Europe. Or call customer service at, and then an 800 number. This is suspicious, but if somebody falls for this trap, they will call that 800 number, and then they become a statistic. Here are the things that I'd like to call out in this callback phishing message. Number one is the phone number, which I've highlighted 3 times. It looks kind of awkward. Okay, it has a +1. Here in the US, we don't do +1 all the time. That's an international code. And also, when you see the 888 in right parenthesis, there's no space after the right parenthesis. It just looks awkward, and that appears 3 times. Also, toward the right, we have the verbiage, if you did not authorize it. I'm going to read that again. If you did not authorize it. Help! Is there a proofreader in the house? Got to be careful with these because they're kind of new and they're convincing. Let's look at another example. This one is from McAfee, a security company. We can get a refund, or we can let them charge us $249. I'm going to look at the phone number again because it just doesn't look right. Yes, the phone number here has a +1, and then the area code, then the prefix, then the 4-digit suffix. No hyphens, no parentheses. It just looks a little awkward. Callback phishing. The FBI warned us about callback phishing. And when I did my verbiage, I went to a page that was published by the government through IC3, of which the FBI is a member. I'm going to read this FBI warning verbatim for those who do not have video. As of June 2023, the Silent Ransom Group, also called Luna Moth, conducted callback phishing, data theft, and extortion attacks by sending victims a phone number in a phishing attempt, usually relating to pending charges on the victim's account. Once the victims called the provided phone number, malicious actors directed them to join a legitimate system management tool via a link provided in a follow-up email. So what's happening is people are getting this email with an 800 number. They call the 800 number, and the rep there says, "What's your email address?" Then the victim shares their email address. The hacker sends an email with a link, and the victim clicks that link. And then they have some malware or a remote access Trojan. And of course, they become a statistic. Got to watch out for this because callback phishing is new and it works pretty well because people have more trust when they see that second email with a link. Today's presentation is sponsored by my fourth book, How Hacks Happen. And how hacks happen, there are two personas. There's me, Mark, the good guy, who wants to protect you because I'm the good guy. And there's Brad Cracker, the bad guy, who says, "Hey man, I'm good at hacking. Hacking's easy. I like the easy money." And that is Brad Cracker's worldview. And if he engages in callback phishing to get some cash out of innocent victims, so be it. I am done. I know your time is valuable. I know there are other places you could have been, but you chose to be here. You chose to listen to me, Mark Anthony Germanos, tell you that you have to be careful for callback phishing. It's new and it works well. Be careful out there. Good day, everybody.